in theater, the world of magic is often serious stuff, but not always. Illusions, mind games, and tricks combined with belly laughs off Broadway with the new show, Mind Mangler, which is here after a critically acclaimed run in London's West End and a tour, and we have a clip.
Prepare to be delighted, astounded, and amazed by the power of my mind. From the creators of the
Mind Mangler, a night of tragic illusion, stars Henry Lewis and Jonathan Sayer. You may know them from their other hit shows, The Play That Goes Wrong and Peter Pan Goes Wrong. They know comedy, they know magic also, and they join us live this morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Good morning. So tell us a little bit about Mind Mangler. Is it scripted? What can people expect?
You start, mate.
It is scripted, but it's a comedy show, and because it's magic, there's lots of audience interaction. So we do genuine magic in the show. We really read people's minds, so it is always slightly different depending on what the audience throws us. We predict people's jobs, people's darkest secrets, all that kind of thing. So real magic, but also a really funny show as well.
Oh, it is very funny because I've seen it, and you know what I love about your character, the poor guy. And he tries, and these great tricks are sometimes accidentally successful,
yeah,
which makes it funny.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't always achieve the trick he sets out to do, or sometimes the audience get the better of him and they're able to read his mind more than he's able to read their mind.
It's great, and often you have the audience participating, and I remember people are like, that's a plant, and so is that, and so is that. And later people are asking those people who have been picked on in the audience, are you a plant? They're like, nope.
No, definitely not. We had that. There was such a funny... So we do this section of the show where we get people to think of a secret and we predict what the secrets are. And they're always different every night. We had a brilliant one last night, and the guy was called Dave Price, and he came to stage door and he said that everybody had said, because it was so funny and so kind of crazy, everybody thought that it had been, but it's always different every night.
His responses, though, were so funny. Like, you couldn't have scripted what he was saying, even if we'd wanted to.
You got lucky on your end. How did you come up with this? It seems like you guys like things that go wrong.
So we created a show called Magic Goes Wrong with Penn and Teller.
Right.
And two of the characters were this mind reader, Keith, and his audience plant, his best pal, who travels as an audience plant, which is me, Steve. And they were in Magic Goes Wrong, and we just thought these characters are really fun. Like, there's some really great magic to be had with them, but as well, just they're really great characters to explore. So we took a show to the Edinburgh Fringe that was just an hour long, and then we ended up doing a bigger show, an hour and 45-minute show that we've been touring around the UK, and now here we are in New York.
I believe we have a clip of Peter Pan Goes Wrong, which is the one prior to this one, and I wonder if we can roll some of those clips, because this is just, English comedy is often so clever and yet so silly at the same time. You're really mining that, and very successfully. How do you explain the success of these shows one after another?
I think that a really important thing about our work is that it's silly and it's kind of not important. And I think at the moment everyone is really crying out for a bit of escapism. Like, we write stuff that's, got a lot of jokes every page, but you can take your grandma to it, you can take your kids to it. It's funny for all the family. And I think that's the main strength of the work, just that it really is for everyone.
I know, you hear kids just howling with laughter. That must make you feel good too.
Yeah, it's always so nice to look out and see kind of families and stuff, and everybody laughing together. That's often what people say about the Mischief stuff, is that it's really nice to have something that you can take your whole family to and everyone will kind of enjoy it. No one's kind of there for someone else. It's fun whether you're young, old, there's humor for everyone.
Did you had to learn real magic?
I did. Well, I did a bit of magic when I was younger, and so I didn't. And then I went to drama school, and we formed Mischief, and so I left it behind in my past a bit. But then coming back to do this and working with Penn and Teller on Magic Goes Wrong, I've got to do a bit of magic again, and that's been really fun. And I've got to kind of rekindle my childhood obsession.
Me and Henry lived together for all of drama school.
Yes.
And then kind of after a little while, as we were becoming closer, Henry was like, "Do you want to see something?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then under his bed, he had all these like old magic tricks. And was like, He was like, "I can do magic," and I was like, you can. So we've always tried to put like little bits of magic in all the shows, and then this show is obviously an excuse to just really have as many magic tricks as Hen's capable of doing.
What about magicians, like the serious ones? Have you had reactions from them? Have you brought in the folks who play it very straight and What do they seem to think about the way the send-up of it?
We have had magicians come in and see the show, and yeah, I think they've always really liked it, because they've always sort of, there's been lots of extra little laughs in it for them, because they know the world of magic so well. And I think it is, you know, there is so much kind of truth in it. We were talking to our magic consultant Ben Hart, who's a brilliant magician, and he does a lot of touring on his own. Being a magician can be quite lonely. You're quite often in your car on your way to a gig on your own. The whole world is to do with kind of secrets and who knows what and all that kind of thing. So it's an unusual world, and so they always enjoy coming to see it, and seeing it all unravel in a comedic way is fun.
Oh yeah, well, you know, it does have a plot, and there's a little sad moment in it. I mean, there's a lot going on. So thank you for the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate it.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And the tickets are available now. The play runs here in New York through March 3rd.